My name is Jenna Villanetta. If this is your first time watching the video, welcome. There's a lot of content on here about foster care. There's a little bit about adoption. You can see a little bit about my family as well. Make sure to subscribe for more videos that are going to be coming your way about foster care. So let's talk about 10 ways of avoiding burnout. As a foster parent of 15 years, we've experienced and seen a lot of people get burned out. They just a lot of times feel like they don't want to go on, or they're becoming angry or bitter, or they're kind of stonewalling the children that are in their home, or they're angry at the state or the system or the bio family. But there is a better way, and today we're going to talk about that. So what are some ways that you can avoid foster parent burnout? Number one is that you can take a reprieve before you're actually burned out. A lot of us know the signs of our bodies and of our minds and our emotions when we're feeling a little maxed out, right? Maybe we eat more, or maybe we sleep more, or maybe we are really negative with our words. And so I encourage you, before you get burned out, before you feel like I'm going to quit foster parenting altogether, make sure to take a reprieve. Really listen to your body and to know when you need a little bit of space, when you need a little bit of help, and that will help you prevent foster parent burnout. Number two, a way that you might also prevent foster parent burnout is to utilize the resources that are within your community. Sometimes as a foster parent, the state will have people come in and help you maybe one day a week, especially if you have a child that has special needs or extensive behavior needs. The state and the system will give you support and help. Maybe you need to take a respite. Make sure to utilize the people that are in your community. If there is an Awana or a group in the evenings that your child can go to, maybe a youth group, or there's sporting activities or events or things that your child can attend, make sure to sign your kids up. I know one summer we had a girl that was in our care. She was a preteen, and we put her in summer day camp. I was a little hesitant because my kids never went to daycare full time, and they never went to summer long camp. So I was a little nervous, to be honest, but I knew that that was what we needed for us to succeed and for her to succeed. And what happened was that she met at this camp one of her very best friends. Even today, all that this beautiful, amazing girl has gone through and experienced, and finally permanency and just a really happy, beautiful life, she met her best friend at day camp. And so imagine if I said, I'm going to stick it out and tough it out, and I'm brave and I'm strong, I can do everything, and I didn't put her in this camp, she would have lost one of her very best friends. So I encourage you, utilize your community resources. Ask your social workers about what your children can do to help to give you maybe a little bit of a break before you hit burnout. The third thing that you can do if you're feeling a little bit close to burnout is to make sure to ask for help. I know for me, a lot of times in my early years of fostering, I just kept quiet. People don't really know what you're experiencing or how hard something is unless you tell them. And so I encourage you, tell your spouse, talk to someone in your community, talk to one of your friends, tell them where you're at, and make sure to ask for help. If you need someone to come watch your child so you and your husband can go on a date, if you need someone to come in and clean your house, or you just need to sit down with a pastor or a counselor, make sure to ask and to get the help that you need so that you can avoid burnout at all costs. The fourth thing that you can do to avoid burnout is to make sure that your foster child gets the help that they need. Already foster parents who have so much going on, they're making meals and they're driving their children to therapy and all the different things that they're doing. The last thing they want to do is put something else on their plate. The last thing they want to do is make more appointments or go to another day of therapy. However, if your foster children are not getting the support and the help that they need, they may behave different. They may make the home life a little bit more difficult, or you may not be able to have what you need to be able to cope with that particular child. So really advocate for that child. Advocate again with the social worker to say, this child needs this. Make sure if the child needs to be on medication, or they need to be in sports, they're physically really active, or maybe they need to be involved in like a Big Brother program. What does that child need? Because I guarantee you, if that child does not get what it needs and it creates behaviors or situations because it does not feel content or it does not have its basic needs met, that will put you one step closer to burnout. And we, at all costs, again, want to avoid burnout. The fifth thing you can do to avoid burnout is to not overextend yourself. And this is a really hard area for me. However, over the years of fostering, I've realized that the quality of care that I can give our foster kids is more important than the quantity of care that I can give children. So if I have one child and I can meet that child's needs and do it excellently, that is going to be long-term more effective, more beneficial for me, for my family, than if I was to say, okay, I feel sad for all these kids who don't have homes. Let's take 8 kids or however many that your house can hold. Really use wisdom and make sure to not overextend yourself. If there's someone that's making demands as far as the foster child, they need to do this or that or the other thing, and you feel already overextended, again, ask for help and make sure not to do things that are unnecessary or not beneficial for the child just for the sake of doing it. Maybe there's a birthday party for a child at school that child doesn't even know or doesn't even like. Don't worry about driving that child an hour away to go to it. Don't overextend yourself. Maybe make a special day at home and have your own cake or make cupcakes or enjoy a day at home. Do what works best for your family so that you don't end up burned out. The sixth thing that I would encourage you to do is to make sure to remember the why. So what does that mean? That means there was a reason originally why you became a foster parent. What is that reason? Write it down. Pin it up maybe in your bedroom or put it in a book that you read often or a devotional. And remember to go back and look at the why. Why did you start fostering? What was the reason? What was your motivation? What did you want to do? Did you want to help kids? Did you want to maybe make an impact on the community? A lot of times I will write down maybe a strengths I see in children, maybe the reasons for growth that I've seen in myself as a result of foster kids, so that I remember the positives, because I guarantee you there's going to be days where you're going to be close to burnout and you're going to forget the why. Why did you do this? What are the blessings? What are the good things in fostering? And go back and remember to look at your why. Number 7, a way to avoid burnout is make sure that you are around community. If you are a foster parent or going to be, and you have a child that has extreme behaviors, maybe they have autism, or maybe they have a sensory processing disorder or ADHD, a lot of times the natural thing that we might want to do is to retreat. We don't want to hear about it from the community or have our child rage in a store. And so we might withdraw from the people that mean the most to us and those that have had the biggest impact on us. As foster parents, we will get burned out if we try to do this alone, because we simply can't. I know for me, some of the biggest encouragements have been when I've let people into my world and talked about my fears or my worries or shared the dreams that I've had for foster kids. And then later, maybe a year later, there's hard things going on, and they will be the ones to remind me of my why. They will remind me of the growth that they've seen, that maybe when you're in the forest, you don't see a lot of change or growth, and it's harder. You're focusing on the day-to-day, and so it's harder to see how that child has been impacted by being in your home. But when you're in community, it blesses you and it will bless the community, and ultimately it will bless the child, and it will help you to prevent burnout. The 8th thing you can do to avoid burnout is to take a break. And there's going to be a video coming that's called Take a Break, the when and why you need to do it. And it's going to kind of highlight or exemplify a little bit deeper about burnout and how to prevent it and how to be successful so that you don't stop fostering and you can continue to take foster children. There's so many ways that you can take a break to really just step back out of the picture of fostering and maybe just go get your nails done or go to coffee with a friend or, go out on a date with your husband. Maybe go do something that you normally wouldn't do just for yourself. Listen to a neighbor or to a friend or get together with a relative you haven't seen in a long time. Do something for you. Connect with other people, and it will help you to prevent burnout. Number 9 way to prevent burnout, and this is probably one of my favorite, is to just have fun, just to take a play day with your kid, with your family. Go out and do something that maybe that child has never done. Go out and take a hike or go to the park, go to the zoo, find something fun to do it and just enjoy that child. Laugh a little bit, or even better yet, laugh a lot. It will release a lot of stress, a lot of worries, a lot of your fears. No, it's not going to fix the case of the child, or maybe not even fix completely the child itself, but it will help. There's a lot of healing and attachment that takes place when you laugh and just have fun with your child. And that will, in the long run, help to prevent burnout. The 10th thing that you can do to help prevent burnout is to meditate or just to pray. Get alone. In our minds, I think our minds can be the biggest discouragement that we have as foster parents. We have limitations about what we think that we can do, we think that we physically can do, or emotionally or mentally. However, when we sit with God, the creator of the universe, who made us and has equipped us to do immeasurably more than what we could ever ask or think or imagine, you will be surprised at what you are capable of. Ask God for his perspective about the child, about the case, about a situation, and just vent and pray and cry if you need to. Sit in the quiet and just embrace the lack of noise, which will be a huge blessing probably if you have a lot of kids, and just really feed your soul spiritually. I guarantee that it will renew you, it will strengthen you, it will expand probably your mind about what you think you're capable of, and you never know, if you think you're on the edge of burnout, God might surprise you, and he may give you more strength than you ever imagined to do more than you ever thought that you were capable of. And these are my final thoughts. There are times where we have kids that are so hard in our homes, and we need to set boundaries. We need to say no. We need to not overextend ourselves just because we might be kind or compassionate or thoughtful people. It is good to say yes. It's good to fill our homes with children that we know that we can help. But I encourage you, really listen to yourself. Listen to your family. What is your family capable of? What does your support system look like? What are the resources that are in your community that you can lean on and depend upon? How can you listen to your child or meet that child's needs better? And better yet, maybe how can you step back and take a short break so that you can regroup and go back in full charge into foster care to be a blessing for another foster child? And I know in our almost 15 years, there are many times that we've taken a break. We've had sometimes months break away from having foster placements because we want our family to continue to grow together, to really recharge in between really hard or really long placements. And that is okay. There's no guilt. They're not going to close your foster license. It is okay. You need to really listen to what is best for your family. And you never know. There's been times that we thought we're going to take a break and we're just going to quit fostering. However, the passion and the desire to serve foster kids has increased, and we've gone out and taken multiple more children as a result of having a break from foster care. And so I encourage you, before you get to the point of burnout, be proactive. We need foster parents desperately, and more than likely, we need you to not burn out. Thank you so much for watching. I encourage you to subscribe again below. So many more videos coming like this one, and watch the ones that are below as well. There's so many more that you can maybe glean from, and hopefully I can share some of my experiences with you. Go out, live bold, be brave, and we will see you again really soon.